O glorious Saint Rita of Cassia, woman of sorrow made radiant, flower of patience blooming in thorns, I come before you in the quiet of my heart, not with eloquence, not with perfection, but with need, deep, persistent, and human. I step into this moment as I am, weary where I hope to be strong, uncertain where I wished for clarity, and burdened by things I cannot resolve alone. Saint Rita, advocate of the impossible, I acknowledge the weight I carry today. I do not hide it from heaven. I bring it into the light of prayer. And so I begin this long prayer, not as a speech, but as a surrendering journey. Walk with me. Holy Saint Rita, you who lived through locked doors of sorrow, you who endured what seemed unendurable, you who learned that God can open what man calls shut, I place before you what I cannot fix. You know the language of impossibility, marriages that broke before healing, conflicts that outlived understanding, doors that remained closed despite every effort, hopes that felt buried too deep to rise again. I name before you, in the silence of my spirit, all that feels impossible in my life. You see it already, I know, but I speak it so my heart does not carry it alone. And I hear in the stillness the echo of your life. Suffering did not cancel holiness. Pain did not silence purpose. Delay did not deny divine mercy. Saint Rita, teach me to remain when quitting feels easier. Teach me to trust when outcomes are hidden. Teach me to believe when evidence is thin. Saint Rita of Cassia, your life was not smooth, but sacred in its struggle. You were given to a difficult union, yet you did not abandon the path of patience. You lived through grief that pierced your heart, yet you did not abandon hope. You carried wounds that did not heal quickly, yet you did not abandon faith. You understand the human question. Why must some things take so long to change? Why do prayers feel like they echo in silence? Why does love sometimes arrive through suffering? And yet, your life answers not with explanation, but with endurance transformed into grace. Saint Rita, you're not a stranger to waiting. You are not a stranger to tears that fall unseen. You're not a stranger to situations that look sealed shut. So I bring my sealed situations to you now, as one who trusts a companion who has walked the road before. O powerful Saint Rita, intercessor of the impossible, I lay before you what I cannot carry alone. Here, in the silence of my heart, I name my intentions. My relationships, my fears, my conflicts, my needs, my losses. You know them already, but I speak them inwardly, so that my soul does not suppress its truth. And I ask you, where there is division, bring reconciliation. Where there is confusion, bring clarity. Where there is stagnation, bring movement. Where there is despair, bring renewed breath. Where there is broken trust, bring healing. Where there is lost direction, bring divine redirection. Saint Rita, I'm not asking for magic. I am asking for mercy that transforms what seems fixed. You are called the saint of impossible cases, not because impossibilities are easy, but because grace reaches where human strength cannot. Saint Rita, I admit something difficult in this prayer. Sometimes I believe, and sometimes I struggle to believe. Sometimes I trust, and sometimes I question silently. Sometimes I hope, and sometimes I feel the weight of delay. I bring even this to you, for I have learned that hiding doubt does not heal it, but bringing it into prayer can soften it. You who endured silence without abandoning faith, teach me not to mistake delay for absence, and not to mistake struggle for abandonment. Help me to understand that even when God is quiet, He is not absent. Even when doors do not open quickly, they are not forever sealed. Saint Rita, hold my wavering heart steady. O saint of the thorn and the rose, your life speaks in symbols deeper than words. The thorn, pain that remains. The rose, beauty that still grows. Teach me this mystery. When I feel the thorn of my situation, remind me that it does not cancel the possibility of bloom. When I feel surrounded by limitation, remind me that limitation is not the final word. When I feel that all paths are blocked, remind me that divine pathways are not limited to human maps. Saint Rita, let my suffering not become my identity. Let my waiting not become my despair. Let my struggle not become my ending. Instead, let transformation quietly take root. Saint Rita, beloved advocate, I now ask you boldly, yet humbly, intercede where I cannot reach. Speak where I have no voice left. Act where I have no power. Heal what I cannot mend. Open what I cannot unlock. If reconciliation is possible, bring it forth. If restoration is possible, guide it into being. If healing is possible, let begin now. If peace is possible, let it settle like rain on dry soil. And if the outcome I desire is not what God wills, then intercede that I may receive strength to accept what leads me closer to divine wisdom. Saint Rita, I ask not only for outcomes, but for grace within outcomes. O Saint Rita, this is the hardest part of prayer, surrender. I release the illusion that I must control everything. I release the belief that everything depends on my effort alone. I release the tension of trying to force what must unfold in time. I place into God's hands, through your intercession, what I cannot fix, what I cannot force, what I cannot understand. Teach me that surrender is not giving up, but giving over. Not defeat, but trust. Not resignation, but faith. Saint Rita, I do not want only to speak. I want to learn to wait. Teach me the holy patience you carried. Teach me the quiet endurance that does not collapse inward. Teach me to remain faithful in unseen seasons. Let me learn that waiting is not empty time, but sacred formation. Let my waiting become clarity forming in confusion, strength forming in weakness, faith forming in uncertainty. Saint Rita, walk with me in this waiting. O Saint Rita of the impossible, renew my hope, not as wishful thinking, but as anchored trust. Let hope rise again where it has been buried. Let hope breathe again where it has been suffocated. Let hope stand again where it has fallen. Even if nothing changes immediately, let my spirit not collapse. Even if answers are delayed, let my faith not disappear. Even if I do not yet see the way, let me believe that a way exists. Saint Rita, I entrust this long prayer to your intercession. Take it beyond words. Carry it beyond my understanding. Present it where divine mercy flows without limit. Let what is impossible in my sight become possible in God's timing. Let what is broken be touched by grace. Let what is delayed not be denied forever. And above all, let my heart be transformed, even before my circumstances change. Saint Rita of Cassia, advocate of the impossible, companion of the brokenhearted, witness of endurance, mirror of hope, remain near me. When I forget, remind me. When I doubt, steady me. When I weaken, strengthen me. When I lose sight, guide me back to trust. And when the impossible finally shifts, whether in my way or in God's higher way, let me remember that grace was present all along. Amen.